Jalen, obviously the best offensive performance of your college career. What enabled you to have such a good offensive afternoon today?
The coaches gave me confidence. My teammates put me in the right positions to score. That's really it. Really just my coaches and my teammates.
And I'd ask this to Grant. When did you guys learn that Andre was going to be out for the season? And obviously it's a tough blow for the club, but how did you guys react either internally or with him?
We found out sometime earlier in the week. I mean, he's arguably the best big in the conference, so it's a big loss. But we're a deep team. We just got to go next man up. But obviously, we're going to miss him.
When did you guys learn that Andre was going to be out for the season, and how did you and the team deal with that?
We heard the news earlier this week, and obviously it's hard to hear, especially Andre is such a good guy and obviously such a key part of this team. So we feel bad for Andre. On the court wise, we have to try and figure out a way to win, and guys I think are ready to step up. But obviously it's hard to hear that.
You had certainly your best offensive game in a while today. What was different for you today than maybe in the past few weeks?
Just stay loose, keep shooting. My teammates got me a lot of open looks, easy shots, able to get my rhythm going. That was probably the main thing.
Further questions for Grant Anticevich? Jake, I saw you just hopped on the call.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a little late. Could you just sort of reassess that, how you sort of got back on track today?
Yeah, I think my teammates did a great job of setting me up with some clean open look. I was able to get my feet under me and get a good rhythm, and I think that kind of set me up for the rest of the game.
Had you lost some confidence at that point, or were you always still pretty confident?
I don't think I lost much confidence. I mean, my teammates and my coaches all trust me to keep shooting the ball and not change anything I was doing. So just had to keep doing the same thing. I knew eventually they'd fall. So, yeah.
Further questions for Grant Anticevich?
Yeah, so you guys are in the midst of a bit of a losing streak, but at the end of the game managed to make a bit of a run. Is there anything you can take away from this afternoon to sort of bounce back next week heading back on the road?
Yeah, I think we just got to play the full 40 minutes. That's the main thing for us, is to not have any lapses during the game when you play against good teams. When you have slow starts like we did at the second half and things like that, that comes back to bite you at the end of the game. So I think just playing consistently and doing it for 40 minutes is the main thing for us.
We'll end it with one more question from Steve Cronin.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, so to speak, but you went through an even longer losing streak a few years ago. Is there any way to compare this to that? And in terms of, are you, in terms of how you guys deal with practice during the week? Obviously, it's not easy when you're going through something like this. Is this any easier, any tougher than the one that took place a few years ago?
No, it's incomparable. We're a good team. We know we're a good team. We played good basketball today. Like I said, we just got to play full 40 minutes. So can't compare it to that at all. And we come every day ready to work, and we know how good of a team we are. And, we'll hit our stride towards this last part of the season. We'll be good to go.
Hard-fought game today. Certainly, tough to lose. But I thought we competed hard. I thought their three-point shooting, obviously, to start the game was the difference. Flowers made some really hard and some contested shots. So you have to give him credit there. But it's tough to lose, especially when you make more baskets than they do, and out-rebound them. And so I thought we did some good things, but not enough to win. We've got to play. We can't play 37 minutes. We got to play 40. And got to play a little bit more mistake-free.
We'll open it up to questions for head coach Mark Fox. We'll start with one from Steve Cronin.
Yeah, Mark, not often that you see a coach call a timeout 17 seconds into the second half. What was the reasoning behind that timeout?
Well, we didn't execute the very first call, and then we got a little bit too casual, and it led to a turnover and a basket the other way, and that's what beats you, And at the end, if we have that possession, they don't have those 2 free throws. What's the situation, you know? And so that's where this team has to learn how to win. All the little things matter. And we lost our, you know, we just didn't have concentration out of the gate. And that's part of teaching these young men, hopefully, how to be better and play the full 40.
Question from Jake Curtis.
Yeah, was it heartening to see Grant get back on track?
Well, you know, Grant has obviously had a tough month. You know, he really has had a hard time, you know, finding open shots and making the open ones that he did get. And, you know, it was really good to see him come out of it. And I thought he started to come out of it at Stanford. He played pretty well. You know, those things don't last forever, but I think he felt like at times that it was going to. So it was good to see him, you know, make a few shots today.
Question from Ben Coleman, Daily Cal.
Yeah, so there were some good things from this afternoon, but in a bit of a losing streak now and heading back on the road where the team has had some struggles, what's it going to take to translate some of the effort from today into victories?
Well, I mean, like Washington State has a good basketball team. Cal's done a really good job. And you get into league play and you play against good teams and well-coached teams, you have to play complete. You have to be able to do everything, defend, score on the inside, make a few threes, get to the foul line. That's what it takes to beat good teams. And so, you know, we've gotten close, but that's not what we came here to do. So we're certainly having a hard time putting one in the win column. We have to continue to do the right things and be a little bit more complete and play more good minutes than we played today.